to pilfer her wonderful ideas and use them to develop this speech. He is very grateful to her for allowing him to dabble in plagiarism this morning. Please welcome Lance.
Last week, Diane Stewart delivered a wonderful message in which she said, keep your dreams at eye level. I love that phrase, keep your dreams at eye level. Each time she said that, it took me straight to Phantom of the Opera, where there's a line they say, keep your hand at the level of your eyes. If you recall, the reason they say that is because the Phantom could drop a noose around your neck at any time when you least expect it and strangle you to death. I see a parallel there. Keeping our dreams at eye level versus keeping our hand at the level of our eyes can protect us. Essentially, keeping our dreams at eye level will keep the busyness of life from choking us away from our dream. And I want to share a little with you from my life as it pertains to this and my dream. My dream is to perform music publicly. As a young boy, I began to take piano lessons, and out of that, I developed a passion and an appreciation for performing music. Once I got into junior high, I took up the trumpet. The passion deepened, and I loved to play with the band, whether it be concert band, symphonic band, pit orchestra for musicals, or with the marching band, where all the truly cool kids hung out. I had no problem performing on the stage as long as I was surrounded by a multitude of other players. But if there came a solo, all eyes are on me, all ears now are on me. Don't joke! Jazz, the highest form of music. Jazz band, we had an annual event at the Indiana Roof Ballroom in which people would buy tickets and get all dolled up and go to dance to jazz ballads that we would perform. My senior year of high school, Mr. Salcedo says, Lance, you're going to play the improv solo during our performance in Huntsville. He said solo. Uh-oh. Don't choke. The night arrived, the stage was set, the dance floor is full of people, and the spotlight zooms in on me. And I begin to tremble. And I jumped! How embarrassing. However, I went on to play into college, even had some paid gigs. No solos. But ultimately, my trumpet ended up in its case on the top shelf in the closet for many years. You see, I started a career, I started a family, and the busyness of life took me away from my dream. My dream went from a priority to an afterthought to something that I used to want. During that time, we put our own children into piano, and they began to develop the same passion. My 9-year-old daughter came to me a number of years ago, and she said, Daddy, I have a piano recital, I have to play a duet. Would you sing with me while I play the piano? And I said, you're nuts. But I do have a trumpet in the closet. And so I got the trumpet down, blew off the dust, began to practice, and my dream was back on. The day arrived, the stage was set, the audience was ready, and my little girl started rocking it on the piano. My turn came. I began to tremble. My trumpet was shaking. I got natural vibrato, uncontrollable vibrato. I froze. I knew it was happening, but I could not will it to stop. At one point, I looked across the room, and my son was, look at my dad! describe how to overcome. Did you know John Lennon used to vomit before his performances? But he was performing for tens of thousands of people. I'm performing for 10 people. My dream went back on the shelf. Again, the busyness of life came down, and my dream, which should have been at eye level, went off into the wild blue yonder. Until last fall. Last fall, I was inspired to once again get my trumpet out from the closet and begin to practice and pursue my dream. I put my dream where it belongs, and this fall, we're going to perform, my children and I, in retirement centers and nursing homes, playing Christmas music. They're going to play the piano, the violin, the cello, and I am going to play my trumpet. And I might begin to tremble. I may begin to shake. My knees may go numb. I may get natural vibrato. And I may at some point look across the room and see my son going, "Look at my dad!" And a whole bunch of old folks may have a great opportunity to see me chuck. But I'm going to pursue my dream. I will not let it go. And I will not let the noose of the busyness of life and the responsibilities take my dream away from me. How about you? Is your dream at eye level? Or are you choking? Don't choke.
Lance, I have to apologize because I forgot to say the title of your speech. If you didn't figure it out, the title was Don't Choke. Next is Josh with his evaluation of Lance's speech.
Lance, you did not look like an idiot. In the email to me last night, you asked me to make sure to check your body language and your vocal variety, and that you didn't look like an idiot. I think you accomplished all of that amazingly. I love your speeches. I was engaged right from the beginning. I wanted to know where it was going to go. At the end, you brought it all back. You gave a call to the audience. Go out there, do what you want to do. Don't choke. I love that, re-engaging us the whole way through. It really renews my spirit in Toastmasters and why I love this club. Your hand gestures, I felt they were all very well done. The phantom, I could see that. You got the trombone, I think it was, down. The trumpet. Blew it off. Really well done. One thing I would say on the hand gestures, towards the end, I felt some of them were getting a little repetitive or a little forced. Specifically, the noose again and the choke. Just a few times, watch out there. Really well. Vocal variety, I believe everybody in the back could hear you. You had nice tones, you used it. The one that stood out to me, there was a time we were talking, you got your solo, and then you came back, and then you choked. So all that very well done. Something you may want to work on. I noticed a little sinking back on the stage here a few times. Work to just use the full stage. You had a tendency just more at the beginning to sink back as you were talking, so using forward back. Just look at that. Overall, eye contact, very well. I felt everybody had your attention. You didn't bounce around, just nice natural eye contact movement, which I've seen in all your speeches. Audience awareness, I heard lots of laughing, I heard lots of, you could tell the audience was engaged, they wanted to hear you too. I think Holly back there was enjoying her speech a whole lot, she kept chuckling. And same with the interest. I kept wanting to see what was going next, what was coming out of your speech, what was that next gesture you're going to bring out that was going to pull me into it more. And then, all I have, so bear